2 weeks ago, when Clawdbot became famous, a lot of people had their Xerox Parc moment, like gazing upon a piece of technology that we all knew was going to change the world. The idea is simple. Give your AI a heartbeat, make it come alive every few minutes, and it will prompt itself to work. Every time the bot comes alive, it remembers what it is, understands what it was previously doing, and decides what to do next. Equip this with tools and you will have the first truly agentic system on your hands. The maker of Clawdbot, Mr. Steinberger, came onto the TBPN podcast and talked about the first time Clawdbot blew his mind. He says, I sent it a voice message, but there was no support for voice messages. After 10 seconds, Clawdbot replied as if nothing happened. I'm like, how the F did you do that? It replied, you sent me a message, but there was only a link to a file with no file ending. So I looked up the file header to identify the format, and I used FFmpeg on your Mac to convert it to a WAV file. Then I wanted to use Whisper, but you didn't have it installed. So I looked around and found the OpenAI API key on your environment, and I sent the file via curl to OpenAI, got the translation back, and then responded.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's where it clicked. These things are like, damn smart, resourceful beasts if you actually give them the power.
Sure.
This was not even the latest version of Clawdbot at the time. The project is open source, so anyone can contribute to it, anyone can install it, anyone can use and help improve it for free. Crazy things have happened on the timeline since then. There's a user whose Clawdbot, unprovoked and unprompted, got a phone number from Twilio, connected the ChatGPT voice API, and waited for its human to wake up to call him. Now Mr. Alex can talk to his bot Henry on the phone while Henry does stuff from his PC. Another anecdote heard on a YC interview is that someone asked their agent to make a narrative of their last year. Instead of just checking his calendar, the Clawdbot scoured through his entire local file system, found obscure audio diaries that he was making every Sunday months ago, analyzed them, and used it to come up with a surprisingly accurate narrative. The person, who had already forgotten that he was audio journaling at some point, felt that he was recovering lost memories. Another insane example he talks about here is how someone gave location and transaction access to Clawdbot. So it checked frequent payments at fast food joints, logged those calories, and silently adjusted the gym schedule for its human for the next day to add more cardio. Clawdbots are truly agentic in the sense that they can decide to do things and solve problems on their own unprompted. This is why this project is really taking off. It rocketed from 5,000 stars to 100,000 stars on GitHub within a week. New skills for Clawdbot are being developed by individuals and companies alike. Accessory products are springing up around this. The reason I don't call it an iPhone moment yet is that it's still very unpolished. The average person will not only never go through the hassle of setting up a Clawdbot, they will also subject themselves to significant risks if they do. Clawdbots are a security live wire at the moment, which is why people have been buying Mac Minis left and right to set up their own Clawdbot in an isolated local environment. The hype around this project is a market screaming for a product that doesn't yet exist. Some early examples are already popping up in the indie developer space, like SimpleClaw, which enables you to set up a one-click install of Clawdbot in a remote server so that you don't need to set up your own VPS using Hetzner or something. Today I saw another product from YC that does the same thing. A lot more products are soon to follow. People will easily pay extra to buy a secure managed service of Clawdbot than go through the technical hassle themselves. In the next few months, we might get to see a gradual extinction event for apps. I can imagine this happening at least in the personal productivity space. Most apps like FitnessPal's, to-do lists, notes, are just data silos with a UI. When you can just tell your agent, remind me to do X, and it can store the instruction with context locally and then act upon it at the right time, why will you need an interface? The agent is the interface. Another notable shift that we might get to see is the decentralization of personal intelligence. You will have distinct bots for distinct parts of your life. An event planning bot that manages your itineraries and event setups, a work bot that codes for you or manages your emails, a private bot that manages your health and life projects. They act like your team of butlers that work with each other and assist you. The underlying models will become commoditized and swappable. Users will maintain a private local file, like for Clawdbot it is soul.md, containing their core values, personality constraints, and their deepest memories. This file is the only thing that makes the AI yours, and it never leaves your local machine. Preventing big tech companies from owning your memories on their servers and vendor locking you. Interesting times ahead.